Evening class. My name is Yahima Monticello, and I'll be going over Unit 5's interactive assessment. I'll just mostly stay within Chapter 12 and what it discusses about personality. So, personality is a pattern of thinking, feeling, and acting. The book gives us a very good example of a very influential individual then and now, Lady Gaga. So, her personality, the book said, was, according to the president, is very intimidating and, um, you know, overall, most people have a great experience with Lady Gaga. And even when she performs, she has a great vibe, and she just goes above and beyond with all her performances. So, individuals like her could be Khalid. He's a more relaxing musician, if you will. Um, that's for a different type of audience compared to people who listen to um, let me see, Beyonce, for example. Um, all these different artists have different personalities and different vibes to them that attract different types of people, and everybody's different. I know nowadays music, basically, at least hip hop music or pop music, sounds the exact same with the exact same rhythm and exact same lyrics, and everything sounds recycled, but um, behind that music, there's different individuals, especially with the individuals who listen to that type of music. And we also have to remember that, for example, if experiences with others can be different, correct? So, you know, not the same. You're not gonna find. Um, this is, for example, you're not gonna find one individual who is a fan of all types of music and this and that. There's always gonna be, um, a slight difference from who I am compared to who my neighbor is, and so on and so forth. Um, and I just believe that personality does come a long way. And I think that how we each grow up and the environment we are in does shape our personality, even as a young child, because if we're taught to learn and act a certain way at a young age, growing up, if we keep going in that same path, it's going to be hard to change if we wanted to, or if we were to change how we act and who we are later down the road. Um, some examples that the book provided are some definitions. Humanistic theories, inner capacities for growth and self fulfillment. Um, I think this has a lot to tie in with personality, because if we're doing a certain task and we, as individuals, don't feel the drive or the need to fulfill a certain task, then it might be hard to do certain tasks later on down the road if we experience a small bump. So, I think this is one of my favorite things to talk about: the id, ego, and superego. I'm gonna read off the book here. So, id is unconscious energy. Basically, our id tries to satisfy our basic drives to survive, reproduce, and act aggressively. So, basically, do what we deeply desire. I know this might sound twisted, but sometimes we wonder, hey, I wonder what will happen if I kick this ball towards my cousin or something. And it's those deep dark desires that we always try to fight. temptation, if you will. Ego is a conscious mind. It tries to satisfy its impulses in a realistic way. So instead of kicking the ball at your cousin, you could play catch with your cousin, in a sense. The superego is a moral compass or a conscience, and forces the ego to consider not only the real but also the ideal. So I think even in the Bible, we always get ideal. Well, we get reality checks in different ways that we don't imagine that we'll get them in, and I think that's very important, especially in like tough moments that I've personally been experiencing this month. I think that everything happens for a reason, and whether it be a big situation or a small situation, everybody does get a reality check. And I think personally for me, uh, this week and this chapter especially shows that this is a reality check. Thank you guys for watching my video, and if you have any questions, please message me.